first in high definition from the station on your side. This is WAVY News 10.
Federal agents raided the headquarters of Mo Money Taxes in Tennessee this morning.
You may remember 10 on your side traveled to Memphis for local Mo Money customers who claimed they didn't receive their refund. 10 on your side's Ann McNamara is here now with new details about this raid. Ann?
Tom, you know that building I stood out in front of? Well, IRS agents stood out in front of it today, the Mo Money headquarters in Memphis, Tennessee, and those agents would not comment on why they were there. They only would say to our affiliate they're on, quote, official business. CEO Marquis Granberry told my colleague in Memphis he invited the IRS in because so many of his customers still don't have their checks.
This been months. This been months.
Months after hundreds of Norfolk taxpayers complained they never got their refunds from Mo Money Taxes, federal agents raided the company headquarters in Memphis, Tennessee.
I feel justice is being served.
Gladys Johnson, the first to call 10 on your side about the problem, happy to see progress.
I'm saying thank you. I'm just happy. I'm just excited.
Excited, like justice, like, I mean, for me, it's like I said, I got my money already, but still, it shouldn't have took that long, and this didn't have to happen.
Robert Spriggs felt at times no one really cared he didn't have his check. Mo Money closed its 6 Norfolk locations, leaving angry customers nowhere to turn but the local IRS office. They thought their complaints fell on deaf ears.
You're one of the, many people, whatever, but just fill this out and send a complaint.
But now Spriggs and others are glad they did, and glad to see IRS agents guarding the doors of the Mo Money headquarters, which has been operational up until this point. Though many feel they got the runaround about late refunds, checks that wouldn't cash, and fees they say they didn't agree to pay.
This is a process I will never go through again. This is a lesson well taught.
The processing company Mo Money used is no longer printing refund checks, and that's because any IRS money deposited on or after March 16th has been returned to the IRS. We'll explain more in our exclusive interview with the CEO of that company. It's called Up to You. We'll have that interview tonight at 6. For now, I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.
And after we told Congressman Bobby Scott about local complaints, he called on the government to investigate Mo Money. And today, he released this statement, quote, while it is generally the practice of federal law enforcement agencies not to publicly comment on ongoing investigations, the raid in Memphis of Mo Money Taxes headquarters shows that a robust federal investigation is underway.
Coal plant controversy. A proposed coal plant in Surry County caused a heated debate at Norfolk City Council last night. The mayor called for a recess after sharp words were exchanged. 10 on your side's Melanie Woodrow attended a news conference today about the coal plant. Melanie, a lot of emotions on this one.
Absolutely, Nicole. The key issues here are energy, jobs, and health risks. The people we spoke with today would like more residents to pay attention and to speak up on this debate. The YouTube video of last night's council meeting had more than 250 views by this afternoon.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Riddick, that you were absent from that committee meeting.
After Councilman Smeagol called Councilman Riddick out for being absent during a discussion regarding the Surry County coal-fired power plant.
Don't call me out, son. That doesn't have anything to do with me being at the meeting.
Councilman Riddick fired right back. The argument may have put the spotlight on the coal plant controversy for some who hadn't paid much attention before, but council members and environmentalists say everyone should pay attention to this one.
It's a very sensitive issue, it's a very emotional issue, and it's a very real issue.
Councilwoman Angela Williams voted for a provisional opposition to the plant. An outright opposition failed with a 4-4 vote. The provisional one gives council more time to look at issues surrounding the plant while still opposing it. That vote passed 5-3. Councilwoman Teresa Whibley was one of 3 council members who voted against the provisional opposition. Her main concern, Norfolk is downwind from Surry County.
This type of pollution is not only important for their health, but it's important economically. We need to be looking long range, and we need to be looking at alternative sources for energy, and to support this type of development only puts us further down the line on not progressing.
David Hudgens is Director of Member and External Affairs for Old Dominion Electric Cooperative.
We're going to spend over $1 billion on pollution control. This will be the cleanest plant when built in the United States.
I reached out to Councilman Smeagol and Councilman Riddick this morning for comment, and so far I have not heard back from either. In the newsroom, Melanie Woodrow, 10 on your side.
If proposed EPA standards pass, the Surry County coal-fired plant may never come to pass. More on that tonight at 6.
Well, 2 former employees with Hampton Roads Transit have to pay back a lot of money, $50,000. Karen Watkins and Latasha Boyd pleaded guilty to stealing that money from HRT. Prosecutors say their jobs gave them access to money collected on HRT buses, and today a judge ordered them to pay it back. They'll each spend about a month behind bars as well. Police in Newport News say they were trying to arrest a man on gun charges when the man's brother stepped in. Officers tried to get Teron Barnwell on an outstanding warrant at district court. Police say his brother, Leroy Washington, interfered. And when officers tried to arrest Washington, investigators say he assaulted two detectives. Now both men face several charges.
Sunny skies today on Tower Cam 10.
But tomorrow morning it's going to feel a lot different. Chief Meteorologist Don Slater is in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center.
So, Don, there's some good news, though, with the rain that's coming?
Yeah, there's some good news and bad news. Good news is warmed up today. That's number one. And there's even more good news with that temperature in that it's going to warm up very nicely into the day tomorrow. Let's have a look at what's out there now in terms of temperatures. Basically upper 60s and low 70s, around 68 to 71, 73 degrees. So very pleasant temperatures right now. Partly cloudy skies. We move on to midnight and it cools on down into the upper 50s. But basically, temperatures start warming up overnight. There's where things are at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, 60, 61. And during the day tomorrow, it'll be around 80 degrees in the middle of the afternoon. Now, that's all the good news. How about the bad news? Well, it's not totally bad news, but we're likely to see some rainfall mainly tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning's commute could be very, very rainy. So make sure you leave early. Look out the window and check with Jeremy Wheeler tomorrow morning for WAVY News 10 at sunrise. Then during the day, we could see a stray shower during the afternoon or evening hours, but most of the day is going to be rain-free, off and on windy, and you saw that it's going to be definitely warm for tomorrow. So it's not all bad news in terms of the rain. We'll tell you more about what we can expect for tomorrow and beyond in just a few minutes.
A member of the National Transportation Safety Board is in Hampton Roads trying to tackle driver, pilot, and operator fatigue. Mark Rosekind is meeting with doctors at the Sleep Center at Eastern Virginia Medical School in Norfolk. He's talking about the risk of sleep deprivation on transportation safety and how they apply to health care.
And so we've had accidents, the NTSB's investigated, looking at commercial drivers as well as individuals in their passenger cars. And so we know when people get sleepy, whether they haven't had enough sleep, or they got a sleep disorder, or their schedule is irregular in some way, it puts them at risk for an accident.
The NTSB has been looking at fatigue and its impact on safety since 1990. It's on the agency's most wanted list of transportation safety improvements.
A raccoon attacked a man in Virginia Beach, and now that animal has tested positive for rabies. A health department official said it happened Saturday on Pleasant Pond Lane near Hall Nissan on Bonnie Road. The raccoon attacked the man while he was working under his car. The department said the man got immediate medical attention and is undergoing rabies treatment. They say it's important for anyone bitten by an animal to see a doctor immediately.
Decision 2012. After Mitt Romney's primary victories in 5 states last night, Newt Gingrich's presidential campaign is almost over. An aide says the former House Speaker plans to officially end his campaign next week.
I think, obviously, that I would be a better candidate. But the objective fact is the voters didn't think that. And I also think that it's very, very important that we be unified. Nothing should stop. No conservative anywhere in America should have any doubt about the importance of defeating Barack Obama.
A spokesman says Gingrich spoke with Mitt Romney today and is planning an event to endorse the likely Republican nominee.
They fight to protect our rights as Americans. Now one Marine says he's being discharged from the Corps for exercising his freedom of speech. More on this controversy at 5:30.
Police believe Madeleine McCann is still alive. We'll tell you what investigators are pursuing in the case, and we'll show you the pictures they hope will help find the missing British girl.
And how would you like to be the pilot of this plane? Probably not a passenger either. The same situation ended differently for 2 different flights. Whoa, we're going to show you how.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 5 with Tom Shad, Nicole Ribas, and Super Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
Wow. A moment of confusion left a permanent drive-through in Lynn Court, New York. Pretty dramatic video. Police say, yes, the driver hit the gas instead of the brake and then plowed through a Domino's pizza. Several people were inside at the time of this crash, but no one was hurt. Well, how would you like to be on this flight? Take a look. One plane managed to land in Spain despite high winds. See it tilt there? The plane behind it had to abort the attempt. This is pretty serious. Several flights were diverted because of that windy weather.
Police in the UK believe Madeleine McCann is still alive. Police and the McCann family released this picture of how they think she would look now at age 9. Police also said they are now investigating 195 new leads. 30 people are on the case. The British family was vacationing in Portugal in 2007 when the 4-year-old disappeared from their rented apartment. Investigators believe Madeleine was abducted, but there are no publicly identified suspects.
And so what I would ask the public to assist us with is, if you know, having carefully looked at this image, if you know where Madeleine McCann is now, or you have information as to what has happened to Madeleine McCann, then please make contact with us.
British authorities are trying to persuade Portuguese police to reopen the case.
A man fighting for his life is also fighting an airline. After he bought the ticket, doctors told him his illness was terminal and that he shouldn't fly. So he asked for a refund.
They just wanted to keep the money.
You're going to hear the airline's reasons why they would not give him his money back.
But first, next month, local college students will become graduates and job seekers. Hear what their future looks like and who's looking better on their career path.
It's that time of year. Next month begins a series of college and university commencements across Hampton Roads.
Many graduating seniors are eager to enter the workforce with freshly minted degrees. 10 of your side's Ava Hurdle joins us tonight to tell us about their prospects for jobs. Ava?
Nicole, the class of 2012 is entering a weak labor market in our current economy, much the same as it was last year, but depending on the major, there's some hope for many graduates.
ODU expects to hand out about 3,000 or so degrees this year. William is an English major.
Well, I was planning to go to law school at first. That didn't work out. I don't have any intentions of doing anything in the field of English. I put it this way, plumbers make $65 an hour. English teachers don't make half of that. Do the math.
Corey is a senior majoring in communications and started applying for jobs junior year.
And I haven't really been offered anything. I've gotten interviews and everything like that, but it seems like a lot of the jobs are asking for experience and stuff, and it's hard to get experience, you know, if you can't even get those entry-level jobs.
We turned to Tom Wunderlich at ODU's Career Management Center to ask him what fields are in high demand for jobs.
The healthcare field, and then the high-tech areas, again, of the classic engineering and computer science and information technology.
He says students in other majors should not look at job titles, but skills required, and if there's a fit, then apply.
Again, the jobs are there. They're just not there in the numbers that people are used to seeing them before, and it takes longer to go through the process of applying, interviewing, and being made an offer.
For instance, he admits ODU has several hundred jobs posted in its Career Link system for students and alumni to choose from. Plus, he points out a number of students are already employed.
Now, an expert admits it's best to talk to your school's career advisors. Start looking for a job between 6 to 9 months beforehand and be persistent. I'm Ava Hurdle, 10 on your side.
Other students we talked with are postponing entering the job market and opting for grad school instead. Tonight at 5:30, student loan payments could soon go up. We'll tell you what you can do to reduce your monthly debt.
America's air is cleaner. The American Lung Association is out with its annual State of the Air report. It says 18 of the 25 most ozone-polluted cities have made major improvements. The cleaner air is attributed to power plant and diesel engine cleanups. Detroit and Birmingham, Alabama drop off the report's 25 most polluted list. The report names L.A. as the country's most ozone-polluted city. No real surprise there. The nation's cleanest city, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Now, in high definition, your Super Dapper 10 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
We got a little action headed our way in the form of some rain tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning's commute is likely to be pretty rainy, so leave early, look out the window early. Check with Jeremy Wheeler tomorrow morning as to the state of the rainfall moving on through. Here's where it's coming from. It's diving southeastward, and it's going to continue to dive southeastward during the overnight hours. But with that, you can see how things are really diving right through here. Well, that's the jet stream right through here. We're still in the relatively cooler, drier air, but this is going to lift northward through the region. It'll lift northward through the region right about at the drive time. So again, we're looking at a good shot at some rain tomorrow morning in the pre-dawn hours, and really right around between around 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. 9 o'clock this evening, you can see some of that rainfall drawing a little closer. We've got a light south-southeasterly wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. 2 o'clock in the morning, starting to see some rain way inland, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. Take it to 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we got rain. South-southeasterly winds at around 15 to 20. Now the warm front will start lifting northward thereafter. So by 10 o'clock, it's lifting right on through the Hampton Road cities, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, still some rainfall. By the noon hour, though, the bulk of that rain is moving on offshore, and we got a couple of stray showers during the afternoon hours, but not that awfully much during the afternoon. Now, it'll turn colder coming up by Friday, but again, the bulk of this rainfall is going to be tomorrow morning, right about at drive time. Now, last night it was up here. Last night late it was up into here and touching into the Hampton Road cities. Today it's back down into here. So again, the forecast models are kind of wiggling and waggling it through, but chances are we are going to see rain. And it's going to happen right at drive time. How about temperatures? Tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, we actually warm on up a bit overnight. It'll drop for a while, drop into the upper 50s, mid to upper 50s, and then warm into the low 60s tomorrow morning at 7. And it's likely to be around 78, 80, 81 degrees during the afternoon tomorrow. You even saw an 82 pop up there. But then we move on into Friday morning. It's definitely cooler. Future track is only going 61 to 64 to 66. I'm kind of going on the upper end of this range, closer to the mid-60s during the day on Friday. Partly cloudy skies, but almost mostly sunny right now with the clouds moving on through. And we've got temperatures again that are very, very mild. It's around 70 degrees. You can see it's 70, 71, 69 degrees, 70, 72. High today was 72 in Norfolk. You saw the low there. That was 43 this morning, so very chilly to start the day. And again, temperature tonight will drop on down for a time through around midnight or so and then start to rise. But then again, we're starting to see those showers and thunderstorms around 4 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. Then again, we'll see a stray shower during the afternoon. But look at that, we're at 80 degrees, 65 for Friday, 68 on Saturday with some morning rain. A few morning showers on Sunday, 63. So very warm tomorrow, a little cooler after that.
By the time parents realize it, there could be a lot of damage done. Experts say thieves are targeting children trying to steal their Social Security numbers and identity. Hear what you can do to protect their private information.
And tonight on WAVY News 10 at 5:30, police arrest a 6-year-old boy after they say he attacked his principal. Why the school says it had to take such drastic measures.
Experts say one of the biggest targets for identity thieves right now is stealing the identity of young children by stealing their Social Security numbers. We're talking infants and toddlers. Identity theft experts say 10% of all children have had their identity stolen.
A child is an excellent target because there's an 18-year window of opportunity to use that information without it normally going detected.
In that time, an ID thief could use it to take out a loan, get a driver's license, or apply for a job. So what should you do to protect your child's Social Security number? First, don't carry it with you. Don't let a lost purse or wallet put your child's identity at risk. And when it comes to giving out your children's Social Security numbers, be stingy. Ask questions and protect those numbers. Does the soccer team really need it, and why? Is it required to sign your child up for school?
Warmer weather has some of you, many of us, thinking about setting up that portable pool in the yard. Well, the Consumer Product Safety Commission has this warning. It says 35 children die every year in portable pools. Children should never be left unsupervised near any pool. They should be covered and ladders put away when the pools are not in use. You can find more pool safety tips and safety videos on poolsafety.gov. We posted a link on WAVY.com.
A Florida man is battling cancer and Spirit Airlines. 2 weeks after he bought a ticket, he found out his condition was terminal, and doctors told him he shouldn't fly. You'll hear what the airline told him when he asked for a refund.
And he made headlines when he crashed a presidential party in the nation's capital. Now he wants to call Virginia's capital home. We'll explain next at 5:30.
No, I can't wait for it to be over. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3.
Talking about that now. Okay. I'm sorry.
A Florida man says he bought an airline ticket to see his daughter in New Jersey, then found out he has terminal cancer. Doctors told Jerry Meekins he shouldn't fly, so he asked Spirit Airlines to refund his $200 ticket.
Oh, I offered them all the confirmation from my oncologist, from hospice, and even my prepaid funeral package. They didn't want to look at any of it or hear about it. They just wanted to keep the money.
Yes, you heard that right. Spirit Airlines says no refund. A company spokesperson says, quote, our reservations are non-refundable, which means we don't do refunds, and we are not going to issue Mr. Meekins a refund. It wouldn't be fair to bend policy for one and not all. Friends supported Meekins yesterday outside Tampa International Airport with signs of protest, as you can see. Meekins is a Vietnam vet, former police officer. He says it's not about the money anymore.
My primary goal is to have them change their policy of a blanket coverage of no refund.
This story has generated a lot of comments on our Facebook page. For instance, Annette says, give the man the money back who is really going to complain about how fair it is for everyone else. From Chuck, non-refundable means no refunds. You can go to our Facebook page and let us know what you think. Still ahead on WAVY News 10 at 5:30, a Marine discharged over a fake